Good day to one and all. This is Dr. Sivaraman of iknowindices.com. Hope you are able to hear me. Let me display the PowerPoint presentation. Asian Session Live Market Analysis on May 9th, a new week between 5 and 5:30 GMT. We will track the market using the live market code page. I go in the link for the same. I'll focus the camera over that of the live market code page. Currently, we come across Euro is trading around 1.4398 and 1.4400. 1.4342 is the low which was formed on Friday, and then that happened to be the low, and from there they gained about 76 pips and showed the high 1.4405. So you come across that there was a gain in the case of Euro about 76 pips. But in the case of GBP, they dropped less on Friday, and you come across a lesser gain, and currently trading around 63.87, 63.91, 63.44 is the low, 63.97 is the high, 21 pips positive net change is seen. So you come across the USD weakening more as far as Euro and GBP are concerned, but Euro has gained more when compared to that of GBP. As a result, Euro GBP is gaining the levels. It has gained about 34 pips. Currently trading around 87.83, 87.86, 87.60 is the low, 87.94 is the high, and after some gain, they are expected to drop again, Euro GBP. And in the case of Yen, it is holding around that of 80.50 area, 80.52, 82, 80.55 are the current levels, 80.53 is the low, 80.83 is the high. A narrow range swing is seen in the case of USD Yen. About 9 pips negative net change is seen, and which is also showing the USD weakening move. And in the case of CHF, it is trading around 87.52, 87.55, and 87.28 is the low, 88.112 or 88.12 is the high. 31 pips negative net change is seen. So when Euro has made about 75 pips positive net change, USD CHF has dropped only about 30 pips, which indicates that they do not want to drop USD CHF more. Instead, they will just hold it and try to make small swings near that of the low and then try to gain the levels again. And in the case of Euro CHF, know that they dropped to 1.2602, 1.2605 currently, and 1.2555 is the low, 1.2625 is the high, and 22 pips positive net change is seen. So here, after the downward move, they are gaining the levels, and they are expected to reduce the net change in the case of USD CHF when holding Euro, and thereby they are expected to gain the levels in the case of Euro CHF. Then with regard to the Yen crosses, you find that Euro Yen is showing about 51 pips positive net change, and GBP Yen is showing about, Euro Yen is showing about 50 pips positive net change, and GBP Yen is almost flat, and that is because of that holding and the lesser drop in the case of Yen and more rise in the case of Euro and GBP. As a result, you come across some little bit of positive net changes seen, and they are expected to swing near that of the low in the case of Yen crosses, and afterwards they are expected to gain again. Then in the case of commodity pairs, USD CAD is trading around 96.08, 96.12, 96.07 is the low, 96.67 is the high, 57 pips negative net change is seen. So you come across again the USD weakening move in the case of the commodity pairs. Australian dollar is trading around 1.0772, 1.0775, 1.0700 is the low, 1.0778 is the high, 73 pips positive net change is seen. In the case of Australian dollar, they dropped quite a lot, and they came down to that of 1.05, and then they are making a pullback, and because there are a lot of people who do visible selling when the market is dropped, as if they are going to earn further during further drop, and the players buy. When the traders turn sellers, the players buy at the lower level and make a pullback in the market and induce them to do the short covering, then subsequently make the drop. So this is how they do this, and hence they make weak beginning false move. And whatever the move you come across on the weak beginning, that will be the false move against the intentions of the players. They don't reveal the intentions just like that. Once the traders commit the positions, they release or review, let know the traders their intentions, but by the time the traders might be holding a loss-making positions, those who are not stopping it out, and they could incur further loss and increase in the loss-making positions. So this is how they try to trap the traders. So as intelligent traders, what you have to do, buy and sell trade might be risky because you may not be able to handle it carefully. When they quickly gain, you should be able to exit, otherwise it will start making loss. Patiently wait and allow them to gain the levels. Then once they form the high and not breach the high for more than 30 minutes to 2 hours, when the volume builds up, then try to take sell positions. You will be able to book profit during the next drop. So let us review what is the expected move in this particular week. Accordingly, you can plan trading decisions. Now with regard to the expected market moves for today, Japanese session swing and slide moves are expected. So they gained a little bit of levels in the case of Euro and GBP. They are expected to lose the level just to create the feel for the traders that the market could drop straight away. But they could drop quickly or make a small dip also if possible if the volume is very less, and firm up during that of the European session. And during the US session again, a swing and firm up move could be seen, and thereby they just gain moderate levels to see how far the traders are placing. Those who have got the sell position at a higher level last week, they tend to make a position trade, holding it for a long time and try to maximize the profit, and they will discourage them to doing so, and they will induce them to keep the buy orders and subsequently fill the buy orders. So that is the main purpose of making the week beginning false move. So this week beginning false move will indicate what could be their intentions during the rest of the week. And last week, during that of the interest rate decisions and also the non-farm payroll, and they simply gave some interpretations, but ultimately what we have seen was the drop in the case of Euro and GBP. So if you would have noticed that the week before, when FX Trader asked me, I gave the forecast with regard to the interest rate decisions and also the non-farm payroll, but I gave the interpretation that they are expected to drop the market. Whatever be the interpretations they could give, ultimately the move is more important for us, and I gave that based on the algorithm that they are expected to drop. Many people asked in the blog and also in the chat with me that how all of a sudden the sentiment changes in the market. And so in order to change the sentiment, they can simply use any rumor, or they can use the event or give a different interpretation for the events, and simply they can say that US data is positive, so USD gaining move. Subsequently, they can say that the risk appetite has increased, so Euro and GBP are rising. So the interpretations can vary from time to time. So if you give importance to the interpretation, then probably you will be triggered to develop an emotion or a biased opinion about the market. But what is more important is to see what the players try to do. The players just create all the sentiments and they are trying to act against the traders, and from time to time they do this. We need to understand what is the time frame they take for this. And that I explained many times, to gain the levels in the market they take a longer time, to lose the levels they take only a few weeks, and this they are able to do it when the traders turn bullish and they are willing to hold any level, higher level buy positions and calmly wait, because they see subsequently the market goes higher than that. So they develop the feel that market is bullish, so it is better to go in for a currency conversion during the rise. Later on, when they find that the market has dropped and they become surprised how come suddenly the market has changed the sentiment, and they simply comment or simply get angry with it of the events which are released and things like that, but doesn't help anybody. And what is important is we need to perceive that the players try to trap the traders. So in such a scenario, if you try to act objectively using the trading strategy and try to focus only on the earning, whether it is a buy and sell trade or a sell and buy trade, ultimately what is more important for us, the earning. So if you could detach the sentimental attachment to the currency pairs and try to focus only on the earning, which currency could earn for me, so which has got a more spread and things like that. If you do analysis, you will be able to wisely earn money from that other market. So with regard to the expected market moves for the rest of the week, and today is the 9th, they are expected to firm up during the later part of the day as a weak beginning false move. During US session close, they could gain further more levels, and tomorrow they are expected to open slightly lower and then make some little bit of consolidation as a subdued move, and during that of the late European session, they could certainly drop and pull back during that of the US session. So that is how they build the sell positions and quickly gain the levels to hold it, and it will appear to people that buy and sell could look lucrative. Then on Wednesday midweek, they are expected to make either way volatile moves in the market. So session start time, they are expected to gain the levels, and towards close of the session, they are expected to drop. Similarly, in the case of US session on Wednesday, then Thursday and Friday, we could come across the visible drop in the market again, and Thursday during that of the Japanese session, US session, and Friday US session, we'll come across further offloading of the positions by that of the traders. Then the players buy all those things against the sells which are built up during the gains of the levels in the market. So you have to understand that the players gain the levels to offload. So last week or week before, everybody was bullish. At the time I was telling that their players are building sell positions. And one thing you would have noticed that they are not made the extended upward stop point. So when they are not made the extended upward stop point and drop it quickly, that means still the players have not built enough of sell positions to make a deep drop in the market. So we could come across either way moves in the market. So we will keep our fingers crossed. Let us not assume simply they will drop the market one-sided. So try to find how exactly they are going to handle the market carefully, and then accordingly take our trading decisions. With regard to the initial lows and the highs set for today, you find that Euro low was 1.4342 and the high was 1.4505. They are not breached and they are slightly below that of the psychological level 44, 1.44, and probably during the European session they may make a false move after that of the low and then gain the levels. Then in the case of, you can do either way trades provided you are able to handle it carefully, quickly exit out of the buy positions, and also use a trailing stop when you are trying to do such trades. Once a position makes profit, keep stop at entry. And again you come across, it is relatively lower level when compared to that of the last week highs. So you might be tempted to sell just like that. Don't do that. Only when they are making a quick upward stop or make an extended rise, then watch and then try to take sell positions. Don't be in a hurry and try to book profit, and within 10-15 pips rise, don't try to sell. Then you will be fooled by that other players because they make wide range swings in the market to induce the traders to commit the positions. A lot of traders go in for a breakout trade, so they try to breach the high and try to gain quickly. Then the traders come for the buying. Those who have gone already the sell level, already has got the sell level at the higher level, last week, they could come for the buying in order to protect the profit and also go in for a fresh buy to just book about 30-40 pips as a breakout trade. So once the traders commit more buy position, then they will drop. The traders are sellers, they will try to buy and hold the levels and gain levels. Keep it in mind. So even though the algorithm says that there could be a drop, the immediate drop may not happen. It all depends upon the trader's commitment. So how the traders are viewing the market is more important. That we need to read from time to time. And if you simply think that the market will go as per that of the expectations, it doesn't work that way, because the players are not here to obey any of the rules in the market, any of the analysis in the market, and they try to focus only on the traders' commitment and try to see that the traders are losing money. Thereby, they'll be able to earn money. In a financial market, somebody has to lose the money only, then the other person can gain. So this is a situation, so don't get trapped simply taking a sell position when there is a small firming up and things like that. And always wait for a day or two and see how they are handling it. Afterwards you can take a position, and especially during the big beginning false move, you have to watch whether they are willing to continue it for then one more day, then subsequently take sell position. It doesn't mean that immediately you have to go in for a buy and sell trade, because if you try to buy and predominant of the traders try to buy thinking that the risk appetite has come, then the players may not rise and you might be in problem. In that situation, you have to keep stop at entry as soon as the position makes profit. So market means risk. Either way trading, you will come across risk, and you have to reduce the risk to start with or limit the risk to 30 pips, and once the position makes profit, try to keep stop at entry. And this is very important, especially when you are not able to read the intentions of the player well. So I can read and give you, and there might be a time lag or there might be a wrong interpretations also. I can also be fooled by the other players because they are smarter than anybody for that matter, because they get the inside information and which we do not get. So we have to keep the mind open and take my analysis or my forecast as a guiding factor for your trading decisions. With regard to the GP, 63.44 is the low and which is not breached. 63.97 is also not breached. And in the case of CHF also, low and the high are not breached. And in USDN also, USDN, the low has been breached by 1 pip. So it is 80.52 has become the low and 80.83 is the high, which is not breached. So just they are trying to create that impression. USDN could make a dip and probably they will try to make a small dip to trigger the stops if needed and then gain the levels. And they come to 80.83, and if they sustain there for 30 minutes, then they may not make further drop. Then in the case of Australian dollar, the low is intact and they are holding near that of the high. They breached the high already. 1.0769 was the initial high, and they formed 1.077678. So, which indicates that they wanted to make an upward stop before making a drop in the market. So wait for such upward stop and try to, you know that commodity pairs lead the rally and lag behind. When on Friday, when all other currencies were dropping, Australian dollar was gaining and Canadian dollar was dropping. And I indicated in the blog that they are handling the crosses to start with, the crosses of the commodity pairs, and then they wanted to make some more upward move before making further drop. So they just like that do not lose all the levels in one day, because they have to run the market for several days. And if they continue to drop every day, then the market will come to zero, and or it may go to infinity on the upside. So that doesn't happen. So market means swings. So we have to understand that. Then in the case of Canadian dollar, 0.9608 is the low. They breached it by 1 pip. 0.9607 has become the low, the high is intact. So commodity pairs, they are trying to make the moves nominally. Probably to start with, they will make a stop and then reverse, and probably during that of the US session, you could come across an extended move on the downside in the case USD CAD and the upside in the case of Australian dollar, and also that could trigger Euro and GBP to gain. The traders will commit positions, and then tomorrow they will try to show their true intentions. So let me minimize the PowerPoint presentation and take up the questions which are asked here. Meanwhile, I'll focus the camera over that of the live market code page. In Francisco, do you think that we are seeing the start of the broad-based USD gaining move? Yeah, in the long term, but don't keep that as your target or as your overall perspective, because ultimately when you hold a position, you should be able to focus on that position and trade live and try to earn money. The long-term call might be okay, as long as you have got adequate equity and you have got a capacity to hold the position if the market is also making a move against you. So without that, don't try to think of long-term move, because many of the small traders think of long-term forecast and lose the account. Don't do that. Start of the broad-based USD gaining move, or players might show more contrarian. Yeah, contrarian move is part of the game because they have to handle the crosses as well. It is not only the handling the majors, they do it alternatively. And during that of the mid sessions, on a daily basis, they handle the crosses. Down and CAD up, yeah, those sort of moves are expected to happen. And so Euro down or Australian dollar up, or Australian dollar down, Euro up, and that sort of moves are bound to happen. See, in the case of GBP, they just breached the high now. Because Australian dollar, they breached the high and holding above that of the high. So GBP has initiated first the move. Then yours. Is Euro expected to make a pullback to 45 before the next big drop? Yeah, they can go even up to 46 if needed, because from 49 they dropped it to 43 area, so they can just give a pullback. In a week they got the permitted level of 350 pips gain, so they can even make it as a worst scenario for the traders, just quickly gain by using some trigger, go up to 45 or 46 and then drop. That can also happen. And in that case, they gain about 350 pips and drop about 350 pips. That may end up with 700 pips spread formed in a week. And that is a potency. I'm not telling that they will do that. That is a potency. You have to keep our mind open and try to see how they are doing it. So if you are really a position trader, spread the risk. As they gain the levels, every 100, 150 pips, try to take a small lot. And try to see that you are not over trading in that process. Many of the traders lose the account because of over trading, and without understanding that they cannot do position trade, but still they do position trade and lose. So avoid all those things. Then you will be able to, my forecast will be really helpful to you. Otherwise, you tend to blame only. Then Bezat. GBP never made the expected extended upward stop, and yes, last week. That's what I was explaining. So do you expect it to happen in this week? Yeah, most likely they could do it in this week. And see, during the trend reversal time, they can do it. Otherwise, during the start of the trend, they can week beginning false move time also, they can make such moves. So either today, tomorrow, they could do that. So that is why I am advising that or suggesting the traders to be careful and don't be carried away by that of the market sentiments, right? What appears apparently in the market is not true. And Robert. In my observation at this time, I suspect that the players wanted to make a false move to inspire people to take visual selling. Yes, you are right. So they will make the market appear, and all the uh, analyst will say that euro is looking very weak. It is not able to breach 44 and GBP is not able to breach 63, 64. Like that, the comment might come and then the traders could take sell positions and afterwards they will try to hit their stops and then drop. After the non-farm payroll, uh, during the gap time on Friday, they made a quick gain in the case of Euro and GBP. Everybody was surprised and many thought that the first move is the right move and things like that. They just made the move against the traders and the traders would have thought that it might be risk appetite. By the time they realized that they had dropped it again. So if you follow the timing and identify the type of moves, only then we will be able to read them carefully. Otherwise, it is very likely to mislead us. Then Eric, GBP has breached, yes, that's what. Then Francisco, I was disconnected while you were replying to my questions. I don't know what is the question I replied. Okay. Do you think that we are seeing the start of the broad-based USD gaining move or players might show more contrarian move in the coming weeks? See, contrarian move is part of the game. That is what I explained. On a daily basis during mid-sessions, they are expected to make that. And they are expected to make the false move on Monday, today. And for the moves, we have to see. Probably they can hold it till Wednesday also. We have to see, depending upon the US session moves. And slow moves are intentional move. Quick moves are false move. Okay, so if they slowly gain the levels, then that is the intentional move. Understand that they could gain further up before making a drop. So calmly wait and don't take any sell position during such firming up move. Only when they quickly gain the levels, try to take sell. Then Worm. Focus for this week for majors is lower as more drop are expected for. How long will this year? It is not a continuous drop. Probably don't be of the impression that they will straight drop like that. It cannot happen like that because they are all the currencies of respective countries. No, they will not do that way. And only thing is, they will try to give support every time or try to buy back against the sell. And if the traders are not liquidating the long, because they know from that of the interbank treasury that the traders are still holding higher level longs, they are not liquidating. If such traders are not liquidating, then they will try to drop. And also if the traders are not building sell positions, if the traders taking lower level sell positions outbeat the traders holding the higher level buys, they will gain the levels because they want to earn more money with one move. So who outnumbers is the question. That is how they make the moves on a daily basis. Then Tim, do you watch all global market? If yes, then how many PCs? I'm using 5 PCs to watch all the markets. And Eric, what is the best time to take? See, the PC is not important. That doesn't show the sophistications as such. See, probably it is something like decorating an office and you don't have a bank balance. So I do not believe in such ideas. See, what is really needed, you have to go in for it. Simply keeping 5 PCs and say that I am an expert trader, that is not the right answer for that. Then Eric, what is the best time to take yen crosses? Mid-sessions, watch for a day and try to take positions. Don't immediately jump into the market. And they are expected to gain the levels in the case of yen crosses. But now they are making the contrarian moves. So what's that? Now they are making the USD gaining move. And see how exactly they are holding the low. Then probably if you have got a very good equity, then every 100 pips you try to take a small buy position. And that way, once they make show profit in the position, keep stop at entry. These things we have to systematically do. Those who are doing systematic trading will definitely see that they are earning money from the market, and some positions might be stopped out at entry, but they don't incur loss. Then Gregor. It seems to me that AUD will make a run to that of the previous psychological high of 1.10. Yeah, it might be possible, or I'm not envisaging immediately. Probably they may just go to that of the intermediary level and drop. And that we call it as a head and shoulder formation. And in the circular trades, to gain 1.10, their counterparts will be buying and holding the higher level buys. For them to exit out of the higher level long, the players make such moves. Then Tim. When AUD rises, CAD drops, and where AUD drops, CAD rises. See, that is what you currently see is as the USD weakening move. So you come across the CAD is showing, USD CAD is showing negative net change, and Australian dollar is showing positive net change. But still there is a variation. CAD has dropped only 53 pips, Australian dollar has gained about 71 pips. And at times you come across both of them showing positive net change, and on the other hand, both of them showing negative net change. So they are all contrarian moves. Otherwise, they also make USD gaining and USD weakening moves. So all the moves alternate. They expect, DDPD, do you expect Australian dollar to have more rise today? They may just rise another 50, 60 pips, maybe, and drop. Then Chris, if you watch only live market quote page, why do you have 5 big PCs for respect? No, I have the PCs for trading. See, in each PC, I open about 3 to 4 trading platforms and try to do the managed account also. Then NASCO, do you think that the bull market of silver and gold might be over? Don't think so. They are expected to drop and again. See, now they have learned the technique of making big moves in the commodity markets and attracting more traders. And when compared to that of forex market, the volume of the traders' participation is very less in the case of commodity market. So in order to improve, that is why they just incorporated commodities also in the forex trading platforms, and now they are introducing stocks also and CFD trading, etc. They are all mainly to involve with the traders to participate. Only when the traders participate, they will be able to earn money. If all are watching the market, how they can make money? So they want the traders to trade. So they will make big moves in the market. Then DTPT. What is your view of USD Singapore dollars in the week? Singapore dollars is expected to weaken. Jason, how about USD CHF and Euro CHF cross? They are expected to gain the levels. Then Euro GBP, is expected to slide. And weak beginning false move could be seen. They could gain Euro CHF a little bit, about 80 area, and then drop again. So allow them to gain the levels or drop the levels, then try to take positions. And Tim, USD CAD leads the rally and USD CHF, USD. Normally the commodity pairs lead the rally and lag behind. That is what you had seen last week on the upside. Now after the drop you come across commodity pairs again, gain the levels. So they could gain a little more levels and then continue the drop. But this month the drop is expected, but it is not one-sided drop, you have to understand. It is swing and slide, that sort of moves are expected. So trade accordingly. And Robert, for all our perception, I feel it is important for keep in mind that the market as a financial game where money grabs money as the objective, and they realize that our participation in commodity market is not for linear delivery of the real good. Yes, they are all future trading. So in future trading, once you commit the positions, you have to necessarily close the position in the market. So you have to understand the limitations which we face before committing positions. So if you don't understand the limitations, then it might be in danger. So understand the overall picture of the market, why they introduced that options and futures. And even if you have got only $100, they are telling you that you can participate in options market. Why they are doing it? And there are so many platforms. They say that you can open without any deposit, or you deposit about $500, we will give you $500. Are they running any philanthropic institution? No. These are all the way to attract the traders and earn. And you know that they will put the condition that we will give you the bonus of $500, even $5,000 they can give, but that is not withdrawable. You cannot withdraw. They will simply show those things and try to attract the traders to commit more, and they know very well the traders do over trading without any control and they lose their money. So that is the way. See, the platform providers can earn only from their clients. So if anybody complains about the platform providers, that means he has not understood how the market functions. So the players, the platform providers are really having the skill set to earn from that of the market. They need not even offer the platform, and they can straight earn it from the market and become billionaires. And why they are doing it? They know that the traders have got the urge to trade, so they expect the traders to open an account, and they encourage them to do the over trading by increasing the leverage, etc. And afterwards, when the traders lose, the platform providers gain, and you know that spread is their commission, and they simply say that no commission trade. So these are all I explained it in my trading system. I do not want to talk more about it. Let us understand the market first. In Euro CHF, cross is for CHF or Euro, how it works. So Euro CHF, for that matter, no, Euro is the numerator currency, CHF is the denominator currency. So when Euro goes up, it will go up. When the denominator currency goes up, it will go up, whereas if the denominator currency comes down, it's a reverse impact on that of the numerator. So it is something like a ratio. No, in a ratio, how the results are being obtained, the quotients are being obtained. So the similar way, the levels are being obtained up to the fourth decimal, and they are given to us to trade. And we call it as a pip and things like that. Without understanding the basic principle is nothing but the quotient of the ratios. So Euro USD means the Euro against that of USD. So that is how numerator Euro and USD is the denominator. So here you come across GBP USD, numerator currency, and all are trading against the USD, so they are all called majors. Here you come across they are trading against the USD, Canadian dollar and Australian dollar, but still they are expected to make moves depending upon the moves of the commodity market. That's why they are all called commodity currencies. So these are all the things we have to learn it, and they are explained many times. Then NASCO. How high is the correlation of gold, silver, and CHF? I don't find any correlation, sir. Only coincidences we call it as correlation, according to my perception. Because the players use such correlation to trap the traders. So I do not want to follow it. Any tool they try to use to trap us, I just ignore it. Do you see Euro dropping more this week before? Yeah, there is likely chance Euro dropping more, but before that they are expected to gain some levels. And some of the Euro GBP cross with other majors. Euro GBP cross, Euro is a numerator currency, GBP is a numerator currency. So you have to find the variations in that of the net change. Understand, Euro has gained more levels when compared to that of GBP, 13 pips. Euro is 51 pips. Because of that, Euro GBP has gained 24 pips positive net change is seen. This is how the ratios work. Do you think USD CAD strengthening? USD CAD is expected to gain the levels. So let me go back to that of the PowerPoint presentation. So expected market moves, swing and slide moves are expected during that of the Japanese session, and a quick drop and a firming up could be seen during that of the European session. Swing and firm up moves could be seen or may be seen during that of the US session as a weak beginning false move. Once the levels are being gained, then the players will try to see whether the traders have placed adequate buy positions without any fear and then drop and try to earn from them. So with regard to the initial lows and the high, euro they have not breached the high, whereas in the case of GBP they have breached the high, Australian dollar they breached the high, and yen they breached the low by 1 pip, and Canadian dollar they breached it by about 1 pip. So they are all nothing but subdued moves in the market, and they could increase the volatility during the European session and wait for them to make quick moves and then try to take position. Quick moves are false moves in the market. When they quickly gain the levels, try to sell. When they quickly drop, we try to buy when the high or the low are not breached for more than 2 hours. So I take this opportunity to thank FX Street and also thank you people who have come here to listen to my talk, and I'll come back again tomorrow and take yet another session of Asian Session Live Market Analysis and review for you to understand the market. Meanwhile, I'll post it in the blog. Now I find that the traders are not finding it difficult to understand the blog, which is shifted to that of fxtrade.net, and try to read there. I'll try to give more updates for you because there it is very fast for me to give an update, and you'll be able to, you cling on to that, you'll be able to see more and more updates coming, and which could be really explaining you what is happening in the market, and that could help you to take decisions with regard to taking positions or with regard to your holding positions. Thank you one and all. See you tomorrow.